Simon. Hi. So, why this resurgence? Because, in theory, the sound isn't as good as it is on the CD. They go and things like that.
Well, they say that, but a lot of people are now saying, actually, the sound of vinyl is better. It's warmer. Another reason why people are buying vinyl is because 25% of people are buying them for the artwork. It's affordable art.
Are you fond of them, Mike, or did you think they are of yesteryear?
I think the artwork was wonderful, actually. I mean, you know, they were possessions. You know, that was your album. You wouldn't go and just throw it away and reboot it, you know, from your hard drive. It was something you owned and you kept in your bedroom or your house, you know. It was possession. Now it's in the air, online. It's a different time, really.
And there seems to be no sort of love of CDs in the same way that was love of these things, is there?
The CD's just too small as a sort of bit of art.
Yeah. Most expensive vinyl record ever sold?
Well, there's a track by a guy called Frank Wilson, who was actually a songwriter for Motown, and he made a record in the mid-60s called Do I Love You? It's a great Northern Soul record, and only 2 copies apparently exist, and the last one sold a couple of years back for £25,000.
Just repeat that title and people can go to their attic.
Do I Love You, Frank Wilson?
Right. Now, you brought with you here some which are iconic. I mean, even people who weren't necessarily into David Bowie would know that picture, wouldn't they? We've got Bowie.
Absolutely.
These are real collectibles,
I mean, yeah, this is basically a very famous image. The photography by Brian Duffy. The idea behind it was David Bowie had a fixation on a ring that Elvis Presley used to wear, which said TCB on it and had a lightning bolt, which he saw as taking care of business. And there was also the photographer, there was a rice cooker in the corner that had that same lightning bolt logo on it, and that's just how it came about, simple as that. There wasn't that much thought behind it.
So, a good condition one of these, is it worth anything nowadays?
Not unless it's maybe some sort of special Italian issue or something like that, but a normal copy like that. Didn't sell many when it first came out, but it went on to sell millions.
Right, but just a lovely thing to have. Is it a favourite of yours, Mike? Do you know that one?
I've got... That's a classic, iconic one, absolutely, yeah.
And, yeah, the Clash.
Now, this is probably the most iconic photograph that appears on a record of all time. It was taken by Penny Smith in 1979 at a concert in New York. And you'd think that this was a big euphoric end to the concert, but it was a concert that wasn't going very well because it was seated and the band weren't getting into it. And this is Paul Simonon getting really frustrated at the end of the gig.
You ever done that with yours?
Smashed his face.
Too careful.
But also, the interesting thing about that, with another tie to Elvis Presley there, is that the typography, which is done by Ray Lowry, who used to do the illustrations for Punch and Private Eye, he did all the typography on that, and it's a homage to the first Elvis Presley album.
Pink Floyd here, This is very iconic too,
well,
isn't it?
again, probably the most iconic album sleeve of all time. It's by one of the most famous designers, Storm Torgerson. And basically, he realised that the Pink Floyd light show had never been celebrated before, and that was the idea behind the lights. And the prism was an idea of the ambition of the lyrics in the album. But you'd think, like, there was a lot of time and thought went into choosing the album cover. Apparently, there was 4 different designs, one of which was a picture of the Silver Surfer from Marvel Comics. But the band walked into the room, went, no, yeah, we'll have that one. And that was it, the most iconic album.
2 more here to do briefly. Michael Jackson in a white jacket, which I gather he borrowed from the photographer.
Indeed.
I want to spin through these, because I know I'll look at a couple of
Sure,
bikes.
absolutely.
And the Beatles' Abbey Road, again, surely one of the most famous record covers
all the Beatles albums are iconic record covers. This one was actually Paul McCartney's idea. They took 6 photos on the day. This was the only one when
they're all in step.
But they're all walking at the same time. Ian McMillan, who took the photograph, said this was the best one.
You've got a couple of Genesis ones there.
Absolutely.
Mike, were you fond of these? Did you like them? Or do you get any say?
No, they were, I think, all quite original. I mean, each time you tried something that looks a bit different.
Trick of the tail.
That was incidentally done by the Sign Design Studio, I believe, Mike, that did Pink Floyd.
It was Poe and Storm Hypnosis, yeah. And they were a great team. I mean, Storm, who's passed away, actually.
Indeed.
Just passed away, was a wonderful artist, but he could drive you crazy, you know. He'd say, which one do you want? And I'd go that. And he went, no, it's that one, you know.
Oh,
but he was a very
I don't, Mike,
man.
you've seen this cover before. It's an alternative Genesis cover to that same album, Trick of the Tail.
From England, or?
It's Italian.
The Italians used to do their own unofficial...
There you are, feast your eyes on
version.
those.
They sell
bootlegged Italian.
At the bus stops.
My thanks to Simon Kinsler and Mike Rutherford. Thank you both very much. Right, OK, around the back, 2 times. 2 times. Under the legs.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Don't break a bone, right?
OK.
OK, so...